As our society advances, thanks to science and technology, our life expectancy has continued to increase as well. More people are living to be over 100 years old than ever before. Diseases that were previously fatal are now nothing compared to a nuisance. But still, the animal kingdom seems to have cracked the code for a real long life, and there are animals out there that can easily outlive humans by a couple of generations. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe. Without any delay, here are the top 10 animals that can live forever. Well, kind of. Enjoy. Number 10. The Rough-Eye Rockfish. While the rough-eye rockfish is the longest living aquatic animal, it barely makes it to the bottom of our list today. Generally found at depths between 560 to 2200 feet, mostly in the Pacific Ocean. These fishes can live to be around 200 years old. This fish grows extremely slowly and matures at a very late stage in life. And how does it get its name, you may wonder? Well, that's because of the 10 spines along the lower rims of its eye. Number 9. Red Sea Urchins. The red sea urchin has been around for 450 million years. It is the largest of all sea urchins. Being able to grow about 10 inches across, they largely stay in the same place, which is why they are covered in protective spikes. However, sometimes they will group together and swarm to find food, but they move really slowly. Although they don't often live past 30 years of age, if they do, they can live to be over 200 years old. Maybe moving slowly is the key to a long life. Number 8. Bowhead whales. Some scientists believe that the bowhead whale may be the oldest living mammals on Earth. One whale in particular, Bada, is considered to have lived to be 211 years of age, but may have been as old as 245. Though most bowhead whales die between age 20 and 60 thanks to natural causes. Number 7. The koi fish. The average age of a koi fish will live is about 50 years old, which isn't bad, but it's not nearly good enough to make this list. Hanako, however, was a koi fish that died in 1977 at the much more respectable age of 226 years old, meaning it was born in 1751. It means this fish was alive for the signing of the Declaration of Independence, the French Revolution, both World Wars, and so on. Its age was determined by counting rings on its scales, much like determining the age of a tree. Number 6. Vestimentiferan tube worms. Tube worms are sessile creatures, meaning they stay in one place for their entire adult lives. See, we knew it. Moving very slowly or not moving at all makes you immortal. This particular species of tube worm is found mainly in the northern Gulf of Mexico. They live up to 2,500 feet below sea level. They can grow up to 10 feet long and can live in groups of thousands. Growing extremely slowly, these tube worms can live to be 250 to almost 300 years old. Number 5. Freshwater pearl mussels. It is thought that about 90% of freshwater pearl populations can be found in Scandinavia. They are generally very tough creatures that can adapt to new environments quite easily, so climate, geological, physical, biological, or even chemical change won't affect these creatures as much as others. Thanks to this quality, they can easily cross the age of over 300 years old. Number 4. The tortoise. Tortoises are famous for being very, very old. An average healthy tortoise can live to be about 150 years old, but of course this also depends on the type of tortoise in question. The oldest known tortoise, however, lived long past that. Adawada was the pet of a British General Robert Clive before he was brought to a zoo in Kolkata, where he spent the next 130 years of his life. And when Adawada died, he was around 260 years old. Number 3. The ocean quahog. Ocean quahogs are a type of clam found mainly in the Scottish coast. It is not unusual for these animals to live to be over 400 years old, and one was even found that was 500 years old. Unsurprisingly, they generally don't move much. They burrow into the sand or mud using their gills to siphon out food and oxygen, and that's about all they do. Number 2. Antarctic Sponge. Many people may not even realize that sponges are animals, but they are. Otherwise, how would SpongeBob make any sense? But we are not talking about your regular sponges. We are considering the Antarctic sponge, which has a very long life. One specimen estimated to be about 1,550 years old. That's very old. And finally, coming in at number 1 for the animals that can live forever is the jellyfish. The jellyfish are basically immortals, so let's explain that real quick. You see, the jellyfish are born and grow like any other animal, but when they reach a certain age, they can revert back to the polyp stage and begin growing all over again. This would be like a 50-year-old person turning back into a baby. It's amazing, and for that reason alone, they obviously take the number 1 spot. that's all for this video, but don't forget to smash that like button and comment down below which animal on today's list was your favorite.